Baltimore Ravens drafted Lajohntay Wester in the 6th round of this year's draft here, and Lajohntay comes from the University of Colorado. Obviously played slot in that offense with Coach Prime and Shador Sanders as their quarterback. He actually got a lot of action here in an offense that was Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter dominant, so to speak. He really made a name for himself. I don't know if folks remember, but he was actually the one who caught Shador Sanders' Hail Mary in the Baylor game. Unbelievable catch and an unbelievable throw in that game. But as we get a first look here at Lajohntay and Ravens rookie minicamp, you brought up that fact. Lajohntay, being a return guy for the Ravens here. I believe their Ravens GM DaCosta actually mentioned this. Lajohntay being a return guy. We saw Lajohntay return punts and kicks for Colorado this past season, taking one in the house against Oklahoma State this past year. But man, Lajohntay Wester is an explosive wide receiver in the slot, like you mentioned as well. Really, really shifty, really, really quick, and change of direction. Unbelievable. Let me ask you, his potential as a wide receiver for the Ravens, what are your thoughts on that? They drafted him in the 6th round, a late round pick, but I think he's really looking forward to getting a chance to play with Lamar Jackson here. And then second part to that question, you mentioned him in the return game. Do you think he's going to be that main guy in the return game for the Ravens? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, first with the receiver part, I guess you could look at it two ways. One, the bad news is there's a lot of competition there, obviously with Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, signing DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason, Tylan Wallace coming back. The Ravens are deep at wide receiver, but the good side for that with Lajohntay is he won't be have to rush to carry a big load right away. He can learn from a lot of veteran guys who've already done it at this level. Being in the same room with guys like, DeAndre Hopkins. And then Zay Flowers, to me, is a similar type player to Lajohntay. Quick, really elusive, not the biggest guy, but can really do damage when you get the ball in his hands. So I think it's a good spot for Lajohntay to come, a good team. And obviously playing with Lamar, you really couldn't ask for more than that. And then the return game, though, I do think is where he's going to make his mark right away as a rookie. As I mentioned, the Ravens came into this draft looking for someone who could take that role. And in Lajohntay, they feel they have a guy with his quickness, with his sure hands. He can handle that role and make some explosive plays. If he takes a couple of the house during the season, that could make the difference between winning or losing a game, and then grow as a wide receiver. So far, so good. It's early impressions at rookie minicamp, but yeah, they are looking for a guy with his skill set and feel like he can do the job.
Absolutely. And Lajohntay, as a wide receiver, 1,000-yard wide receiver in his days at FAU, comes to Colorado, like I mentioned, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, dominant offense, so to speak, but still has damn near 1,000 yards, hell of a year in the return game. For the Ravens, Lajohntay were number 83. It's the same number, ironically, that he first wore when he got into college at FAU. I wanted to go ahead and show Lajohntay Wester talking to Coach Prime after Ravens rookie minicamp the other day. Take a listen to this.
Man, you know Prime? You play with Prime? I'm like, yes, sir. That's my guy. He's like, yeah, we love him up here. We love him up here.
Yeah. But I'm glad I saw you catching them punts. I was like, boy, I hope this joker remember everything we talked about.
Everything. I remember everything.
Everything. Well, do your thing. I can't wait to see you get down, boy. God put you in a great spot, man. God, you're in a great spot.
Yes, he did in Baltimore. Absolutely. Let me ask you, seeing Coach Prime's impact on Lajohntay Wester, helping him evolve in that run game, really helping him build off of his career at FAU this past season at Colorado. How do you think the Ravens really, looked at that and evaluated that and decided that they wanted to draft Lajohntay Wester in the 6th round? How do you think Coach Prime impacted Lajohntay?
Well, obviously, anybody who's playing at Colorado has a lot of eyes on them. Prime brings that type of attention. It's a big time program. So this shouldn't be too big for him coming to the NFL. That's one thing. And, Prime actually played for the Ravens at the end of his career. Yeah. He knows Ozzie Newsome, who is still here, even though he's not the general manager. He's the president of the team, still very much involved with the draft, along with Eric DaCosta and his staff. So, like Prime, seeing him mention that doesn't surprise me. The guy put him in a good spot. The Ravens are one of the most respected organizations in the NFL. Prime knows all about that. They have a reputation of giving all rookies, not just draft choice. They've had a lot of undrafted free agents that have done well here. So
Yeah.
he'll get a fair shot. If he plays well, he's going to play. And there's definitely an opportunity, as I've mentioned before, for him to come straight in as a rookie and be a returner at minimum. And then you never know with injuries what could happen with the wide receiver spot, but he'll have a chance to grow at that position playing with some really good guys who have already done a lot at this level.
Definitely. And I'm really curious. I wanted to ask you, covering the Baltimore Ravens and writing for the Baltimore Ravens, sticking on this Colorado train in the division here, Shador Sanders drafted in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. What was your initial reaction to that, takeaways from that? I don't think any of us expected Shador to fall to the 5th round, but nonetheless, he has a new situation in Cleveland, and today he's actually there for Browns rookie minicamp. But what was your reaction to seeing Shador going to Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, obviously very surprised he fell that far. Thought it never should have happened. But he's got to put that behind him, and I think he will. I think he actually landed in a good spot in that, I could see him very easily by the time the season begins being the number 2 quarterback at least behind Joe Flacco. Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's got a chance to come right in there, Shador. Once he gets on the field, the proof will be in the pudding. If he does well, rookie camp, preseason, training camp, the players are going to see that and the coaches will see that. Really, the only established quarterback in that room, other than Deshaun Watson, who's hurt, is Joe Flacco. And so he's going to have a shot, I think, early to get reps, to shine kind of like he did in college. And if he does that, then even if Joe Flacco is the starter, which I think is probably what's going to happen, the Shador will be able to learn from a guy who's been there, done that, soak up that knowledge. And really, when he gets his opportunity, which could happen this year, I think he'll play well. I think Shador is going to have a really good pro career. It didn't start the way he felt it would on draft night, but he's not the first guy that's happened to. He won't be the last. The key for him is just to put all that behind him and do what he can do.
Definitely.